Well, hello, my beautiful star seeds. We have reached day 18 of the 30-day Love Yourself Challenge. Woo! Oh my goodness. I'm actually recording this before midnight, but by the time I'm done and this finalizes the upload, it's probably going to be a late upload for y'all. So just a heads up. But I am going to try to be in bed by midnight so I can try and fix my schedule. Even though I am very much a night owl, I find so much peace and so much clarity in my thinking in the nighttime. You know, there's things that I have to do in the daytime that I need to get back and focused on. So that's going to be one of my goals for this week. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day 18 for your 30-day Love Yourself Challenge. Definitely let me know what you guys did for your 15 minutes of self-love and self-care today. I'll start with mine. For today, I treated myself to a little bit of Hawaiian Bros. If anyone's been to Hawaiian Bros, it's like one of the best places. Oh my gosh, the town that I live in here finally got one. And yeah, and I'm pretty excited. I used to go all the time when I was living out in DFW. That would be like my spot to go at least once a week. Like, it's kind of bad. But I don't know if that's good or bad news, but I am doing a lot better about, not eating out as much. But I did treat myself to that today. So, yay. Aside from that, I ended up doing a little over an hour at the gym. So I did 30 minutes of the Stairmaster, got nice and sweaty, did a little bit of lifty action, and try to focus on the upper body a little bit. I know last night I was complaining about the flabby arms, but yeah, muscle, baby. Sorry. Yeah, so that's been my form of self-love today, and I had a few appointments, and I did some studying today. Just trying to be as productive as possible. And if you're just now joining my channel, I'm also documenting this as a form of a sobriety test for me. So to see if I can maintain sobriety and not drink, smoke, do nothing, partake in anything that's going to get me outside of my thinking brain. Because like I've mentioned before, I tend to think a lot, sometimes a little too much. And I'm actually starting to realize that, hey, I don't need all of those substances to feel good, to have peace. You just need to focus on your breathing. And that is what I wanted to talk about with y'all today. Whoop, did it again. Oh my gosh. Anywho, so as far as breathing goes, for me, this is something that my therapist taught me quite a while back, and I'm trying to get back into it. It is very important to practice this when you don't need it. And that's something very critical that she mentioned too. So taking deep breaths, holding it in for a few seconds, letting it out, and focusing, closing your eyes and focusing your energy on wherever you're feeling any tension in your body. For me, a lot of my tension is definitely my shoulders. Probably a lot of y'all have that too, if like you're lifting or anything, or if you're just constantly stressed like me. I did have a very stressful role in my previous position, and I don't know, I'm kind of debating getting back into that field or trying something different. But stress is going to be a part of our lives whether we like it or not. Okay, so if you find that you need like any substances to escape yourself, you can get yourself back into alignment and be focused and at peace without any of that. So that's something that I'm starting to implement in my daily routine a little bit more, and hopefully you guys can join me in that too. So as an example, we're going to take a deep breath through our nose, about, let's say, 5 seconds. So, one example. So, breathing in through the nostrils, holding it in for 5 seconds, holding it for about 10 seconds, and then releasing it slowly through your lips, through your mouth. And just do that a few times, as many times as you need. I know there's tons of breathing techniques, but really focusing on any parts of your body when your eyes are closed and you're really intentional with that, it's really going to get you back and focused and in alignment to just being okay. It's sometimes it's okay to just be okay. Like, we don't have to be sad, we don't have to be happy. It's just we're fine. Even though it's not good to say that you're fine all the time, it is okay to be fine. Like, I'm fine. I'm trusting in universe. I'm letting things go that no longer serve me. I'm trying to get back into that mindset as much as possible, especially after sending that letter. And now I have to wait a little over a week to get a response. So the breathing is definitely helping me a lot. Okay, y'all. So let me know if you did try that, if you want to give me some tips that you've received throughout the years, or if you've ever been to like a therapy or any sort of classes that teach you breathing. Let me know. Let me know down in the comments there. And I will say that it's been absolutely wonderful for me to get that back into my routine, because I have so many things that I'm trying to accomplish, so many thoughts. I'm still trying to get over the heartbreak a little, even though it's getting easier by the day. It's getting easier. Still not completely healed. There's, times I start feeling sad, all of a sudden something is going to remind me of him. And it's not like I haven't dealt with this before either. So that's the funny part for me. Like, I have a history of bad relationships and I'm over here, just acting like my world, or I was acting like my world was ending. So I don't know. I try to hold on to the specialness of the connection and how I feel like he really was like my partner in soul, right? Like, we had a soul bond. I don't think I've mentioned the eclipse experience that he and I had when we went down to Dallas earlier this year. But when we were together and it was just all dark, we both closed our eyes a little bit, and it was like I could barely distinguish whether it was him or it was me. Like, our souls were just together there, and it was kind of wild. So I've held on to that. If it happens, and if he grows up one day and decides to man up with the emotions, I'm more than willing to give it a shot, because that's just how much I love the man. And it's kind of silly to think about it, like, especially after all of the inconsistencies, after all of the false promises and the addiction issues. Like, both him and I had addiction issues, and I think we kind of trauma bonded at first. Then we tried to do the, steady relationship thing, and then, he had something terrible happen with his life, that he got laid off from this job that he loved. He thought he was going to be doing it for years, and he was really, really feeling like he was doing something, right? And that's part of the reason that he's out in the Coast Guard, doing a big old life change to find that stability for himself. And I personally, I'm really considering the Air Force too. In fact, I've got a chat with a recruiter tomorrow, so yeehaw. So we'll see if that happens. If that's an option for me, sure. I know it's going to be good for me in the long run, but at the same time, like, I've gotten to this point with, really good salary, really great career, and I don't know if I really want to feel like I'm taking a step back a little bit. But funny enough, one of the biggest career advices that I received from a senior manager when I was doing the sales, when I first started with the company, she had told me that sometimes it's okay to take a lesser job in maybe a different sector of the company, or something like that. Excuse me. Not something like that, but like, if you're in a company, right? Like, if you're in a company and you're trying to move up, and just in general for any sort of career that you're trying to progress into, it's okay to take a step back for a little bit, then grow into the next role. It's just it all comes full circle. Okay. I'm having a hard time speaking today. I don't know why. But yeah, I am definitely considering it, and we'll see what happens. And if that's part of my starseed journey, then I'm all for it, So whatever's going to benefit me and whatever I can do to help, because right now it's just me trying to love on myself as much as possible so I can get back into a space where I can provide love and support to as many people as I can. And I hope that this is doing that for y'all. So I'm not going to try to make this super long, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. I want to thank you for joining me if you join in. And if you haven't checked out the manifestation video, I'm going to have that highlighted here for the YouTube. And the past few days, just real quick, the past few days when I've been trying to upload this, I've just been using my phone. Since I'm using the phone to record it and got that stand and stuff, I really like how this feels a lot better than using the laptop webcam. So I have found that now I'm having to go back in with the laptop to add like tags and do all this stuff in SQL or SEL searches or whatever. So yeah, I've also noticed that it's taking forever to upload on the YouTube with the phone. So I'm gonna try to just transfer this over to the laptop, do all the tags and stuff, and go from there. Hopefully that's a much smoother process, because yesterday I tried to upload the video at about like 3 a.m. It said like 2 hours remaining, and it just, it was crazy. So it didn't even upload till later that day. So yeah, I know I'm wearing a similar shirt. I have a lot of these black shirts. It's just something that I like to wear in the nighttime. So maybe tomorrow I'll be in a nice fancy dress shirt so we can get nice and vibrant up in this bee, okay? All right, well, that is all for tonight. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I'm sending you all my love, light, and my darkness. Remember to embrace it, own it before it owns you, okay? Good night. Bye.